Qing's Prose life-saving money. According to reports on July 5th, 3 people were traveling alone from Ningbo to Shanghai on the Wanqing ship, carrying 50 or 60 kilograms of tin each. After the ship anchored at Yangzijian Pier, the 3 men were hoisted down by ropes and rowed ashore. Unexpectedly, he was seen by Zumu, who was about to get up from the shore and ordered to stay. One of them was frightened and fell into the river. The other two rushed to save him and were unable to save themselves. They saw that they were not safe, so they removed their bodies. The blame was raised, and he climbed onto another boat docked next to the pier. Unexpectedly, at the critical moment, the boatman demanded 30,000 new Taiwan dollars for life-saving expenses. At the same time, the 3 heads were ordered not to be saved, so the 2 men were also killed one after another. The story is probably like this. I thought that the single gangster who fell into the trap first was so timid, and thought he must be someone who was used to doing evil things. The other 2 were not only not evil, but also worked so hard to save their companions, which was brave and righteous. The rower asked for 30,000 yuan to save his life. He thought that the green lead had been removed and he was afraid that he would not be able to pay, so he did not dare to agree. This is true and true. According to general moral standards, it would be a shame to become a good person in a hurry, but a good person would inevitably be destroyed. Baited Santa had no enmity with the other 3 at first, so the one who ordered him not to get off the shore was just trying to get some blood. When he was frightened and fell into the water, and he still ordered others not to save him. His cruelty and unreasonableness was unforgivable, and everyone he didn't even dare to die. So what's the point of humiliation? The other rower dared to ignore the 3-headed order and negotiate the price with him. I think he was unusual, but after all, being a hero still costs 30,000 yuan. This is the result of today's social environment. According to the law, the bad guy intentionally extorted money and caused other people to lose their lives. His crime should be murder, and he has now been arrested. The rower saw the 2 men clinging to his boat but did not save him. It can be said that he committed a crime of omission and should be sentenced to imprisonment. According to the law, as for taking advantage of danger to extort money, they should be combined into one crime. For some reason, the newspaper did not mention whether he deserved the punishment or not. Originally, there may be too many such things now. I heard that when a fire broke out in a certain house, XXXXX could not move, and they had to negotiate first before rescuing. Moreover, you must be filial to your neighbors, otherwise it will spread. See if you can bear it. It is no wonder that after the fire started, it could not be extinguished unless it burned for most of the night. As for grabbing fires, it is commonplace, but I wonder if in the future there will still be 3 villains who will stop at the door and order the men, women, and children who set fire to other people's houses not to escape. It was even scarier when I thought about it. Therefore, I even remembered that in the past, a certain XX hospital allowed a patient to roll in pain in front of the hospital because he could not pay the prepaid hospitalization fee, and then died. No doctor was willing to do charity, and no one was a bystander. To be fair, it seems that the hospital was not punished at all, because the director was XXXXX. So who should say anything? And even if there is some bad reputation, XX hospital is like a government office anyway. If you are not happy, you don't have to come in. Fortunately, the doctors and nurses are paid and not paid, so it is better to have no patients coming to the door every day. Anyway, I use 30 money is lost and 30 dignity is lost. You have to pay cash in advance for hospitalization, which is actually a smart idea. Otherwise, after you have been cured and you are discharged from the hospital, but you cherish the life-saving money, why don't you be dragged back to die with medication? Then I thought that the 2 single gangsters mentioned above might not be so honest. They might have promised the rower 30,000 yuan and tried to pay you back when we got ashore, but the rower refused and hesitated. After a while it was too late. In this way, a person really needs to carry more cash when going out, because no one wants to trust a checkbook. It's a pity that life is so valuable now. It costs tens of thousands or tens of thousands. How can you fit so many banknotes in the cracks of your skin? So some people thought that it would be better to bring more gold jewelry. This may be another reason why the price of gold has been rising recently, right? However, at the critical moment, it is difficult to count the money and evaluate the gold after bargaining. Maybe giving everything you have is not enough to disgust him. So, what should you do? This means that the rescued may still feel that money is not necessarily enough to save lives. But what about the rescuers? Even after taking a lot of life-saving money, he might still use it to save his own life, which means that he will also give away a sum of money to others in the future, as cyclical retribution. It was a benefactor who saved my life in the past, but now I have a headache when I see the person who saved my life. I am afraid that the person who will save my life in the future will be a human being, because your life was not in danger, but he was trying to get your life-saving money. The method that puts you in a dangerous situation, such as kidnapping, is, in the future, the boats may be used to capsize in the middle of the river, forcing you to hand over the money obediently. People from the firefighting committee may go even further and set fires. Doctors may secretly spread germs, and soldiers may not respect themselves as they support bandits. When bandits were trained to be generally strong, everyone with money at that time was in danger of losing their lives. If they wanted to keep some money, they would no longer be able to keep any life-saving money. I wonder if everyone is going to die. Still want money?